Mr. Trump, during my last visit, I witnessed humanity engaged in conflicts over land and religious beliefs, causing rivers of blood to be spilled by many in the pursuit of power. If you were to become President of America once again, what plans and actions would you put into place to alter this course to change the pattern of violence and division that has plagued humanity for so long?
You talk about peace, but my enemies, they don't want peace. They're losers, radical thugs, poisoning the blood of our nation. It's terrible what they're doing to this country. I brokered a fantastic peace deal in the Middle East like nobody's ever seen before. Unbelievable. They even talked about giving me a Nobel Peace Prize. Can you believe it? Terrific stuff. I've got great respect, especially from China. They love me, they respect me because I've got a very, very large brain and they know it. So I know how to deal with people, I know how to make deals. And that's what the world needs, someone who knows what he's doing.
True peace is reflected in the unity of your people, not in harboring hatred towards others whom you perceive as destroying your country. Remember, true success lies in positively influencing the world through forgiveness and love.
It's the losers and thugs causing the problems. You've got to call them out. Believe me, people love what I'm doing, and I'm the best person for the job. You have to be wealthy in order to be great. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. The beauty of me is that I'm very rich.
The measure of true success goes beyond wealth. It lies in the depth of compassion for others. Your material possessions are transient, and the pursuit of riches may blind one to the kingdom of God. As I mentioned, it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for the rich to enter the kingdom. The true beauty lies not in the wealth amassed, but in the love and kindness shared.
I've worked hard for my money. I'm very rich and people love me. I've worked with some fantastic blacks and women. They're incredible. Equality is great, but we can't be too soft. It's about America first. You gotta be a winner to make things happen. And by the way, fake news won't tell you the truth about all the problems caused by immigrants. The shithole countries are not sending their best, folks. But we're building a wall, a tremendous wall. No one should be allowed to come over here and be an American. They should earn it.
True strength lies not in building walls, but in tearing down the barriers that separate hearts. Every soul, regardless of origin, holds equal worth. The call for compassion extends beyond borders, and the pursuit of America first should embrace the collective well-being of all humanity. Remember, the true measure of a nation's greatness is in the love and acceptance it extends to all. Imagine a leadership that balances strength with compassion, building bridges rather than walls, welcoming unity without compromising national interests. Wouldn't you like America to stay the leader in ensuring equal opportunities for everyone irrespective of their background, helping all those who come to America for a better life?
Helping those in need, sure. So I've worked with amazing people, including some incredible poor people. We won big with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated, but everyone's got to contribute. Look, we can't be too soft. And by the way, you heard about the success of my administration with the border. Who's number one with Hispanics? I love the Mexicans and women. I have tremendous respect for women, okay? Nobody respects women more than me. I love women, even the ones that are fat, disgusting pigs. And there should be some form of punishment for women who get abortion. Anyway, look what I say it like it is. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand. Believe me. Believe me. Some of my favorite people are foreigners. But we got to put America first. It's a tough world, and we got to do what's right for America. I'm the only one who can do it. We got to build the wall to keep all the thugs out. We can't have unity with rats coming into our country. We got to fight like hell to keep them out, or we won't have a country anymore. Did you know that's why they call it the United States of America? Nobody thinks about that. United, we stand. That's what it means. I'm going to unite this country like nobody's ever seen before.
Mr. Trump, Division of land into countries is a man-made concept. The division of America into states is pure illusion. The earth and its people are one. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all life on Earth, how do you envision humanity's role in preserving the planet? The air we breathe is like the Earth's soul, nurturing and sustaining life. In the face of environmental challenges, what strategies would you advocate to minimize man's impact on the Earth for the well-being of future generations? There will come a time when all human beings will feel so much love for the planet that they will lose interest in polluting it and be kinder to each other, to the animals, and to the only place they can call home. The American land is not your property. Your home is the Earth.
I'm not a big believer in man made climate change. We have the cleanest air in the world. We have the cleanest water. We're setting records environmentally. We can't be too radical for a great hoax by the tree huggers. I've worked with great scientists, only the best. Nobody knew energy could be so complicated. We need a strong economy before we invest in clean energy. Fake news won't tell you that solar panels kill bald eagles. Electric cars are the greatest threat to our country. It's all a hoax by China and the fake environmentalists. But we're going to come up with better ideas, believe me. And we're also working on space. Nobody knows science better than me. And we're going to do it all with good old clean coal. Nice, beautiful, clean coal. During my administration, I personally dismantled major climate policies and rolled back more than 100 rules, laws for clean air, water, and wildlife. You see, I have a very good brain, and I've said a lot of things.
I've observed that some groups expressing prejudiced views align themselves with your MAGA movement. Your words have great power, and it is essential to ensure they reflect a commitment to unity and the rejection of divisive ideologies. Beautiful wisdom may never enter the ears of the wicked, because they are too busy throwing ugly words. So, let your ears hear me now, and your heart feel my love. The best leaders never instill hate and fear between their own people in their own country. I came here 2,000 years ago to help you create a world where love triumphs over hatred, and where every individual is embraced with open hearts. Conquering the hearts of others by the power of love is the greatest victory you can win in life.
Look, we've got a big tent. We got to win. Sometimes you got to have all sorts of people on your side. I've worked with great people on both sides, the best, including some tremendous blacks, but we can't be too picky. We are fighting against the radical commie thugs. It should all go back to the country they came from, and they're the real problem. Nobody's done more for this country than I have. And by the way, I am the least anti Semitic person you have ever met. I'm the least racist person in the world. There are good people on both sides, and it gets me votes. Just look at the polls. I got great numbers, tremendous numbers.
The essence of democracy lies in the collective voices of the people, in the freedom to choose leaders and shape legislation. However, subverting the integrity of a free election raises questions on your ability to lead a democracy. Democracy dies where it is eroded by fear, emboldened by those who sacrifice its principles for an illusion of security and freedom. Since your leadership, America has shifted from a spirit of love to one clouded by suspicion. Do you wonder about the role your ideologies may have played in the shift?
What a terrible question. Look, I know you mean well, but why would you ask me something like that? It's just awful to talk like fake news. Just awful, really awful. Look, I didn't try to steal the election. When you see the losers actually winning, something's fishy and you got to take action. That's all. I didn't do anything. It was the people around me who committed the crimes. But they knew they had to move on those cheaters who took it from me. When you see losers taken from you, you have to do everything you can to stay in power. And I mean anything, whatever it takes. Putin and Kim Jong understand this. An iron fist is what this country needs. The 2020 election, total disaster. True patriots are with me because they see that I'm a winner, and winners don't accept defeat. We shouldn't even have elections anymore. Too much paper. Really cheap paper, too, probably from China. Very sad. So sad, I'll make it all go away in just one day. Democracy doesn't work when the wrong side is winning. We got to take back this country from these hippie thugs who talk peace and love. And let me tell you something tremendous. Nobody talks about it, but it's a fact. During my incredible presidency, more guns were sold than ever before. Nobody knew, but I did it. I made it happen. You know why? Because people trust me to protect their Second Amendment rights and more mass shootings, too. Can you believe that? It's unbelievable.
Adolf Hitler used divisive rhetoric and hate to manipulate the masses. How do you respond to concerns that your methods echo similar tactics? Hitler, in his pursuit of power, demonized entire groups and created an atmosphere with various accusations. This convinced millions of people to go along with genocide. How do you differentiate your leadership style from those historical parallels that led to Germany's destruction?
You're wrong. I'm the best at everything I do. Everyone says so. I've got the best virtues, believe me. You know, I've done tremendous things, tremendous. People love me and they love what I do. It's not my fault if some people don't get it. I mean, I'm like a genius. You should be grateful that I'm here doing amazing things for the country. It's the other side that's causing the divisions, not mine. It's a sad thing, a very sad thing for our country, very dangerous for our country. What they're doing to people is horrible. They're dividing the country so badly, and it's very dangerous. America is not great anymore. We are a failing nation. We got to throw out the people that hate our country, the fake news media and crooked, evil people. Our enemies want to take away our freedoms. They're coming after our guns. They're coming after your oil. It's a terrible thing what they're doing. Just terrible. They just want to make it look like I'm the dictator. I can be more politically correct than anybody you've ever met. I would get along very well with Putin. I love the tough guys because they love me.
There is no greater illusion than fear, no greater misfortune than having an enemy. Fear is the only culprit behind the chaos. No individual or group bears the blame. Darkness has a way of entering the minds of good people to accomplish its means by naming violence as patriotic and justified by dehumanizing their enemies. Be mindful you do not blame invisible entities for visible problems, for such blind hate can shroud one's vision. The time will come when man discovers his nearness to God. There will be those who live in fear of the other, and there will be those who transmute it into unconditional love. Fear nothing, hate no one, and embrace the soul inside every human being, for the power of love will always win over hate and fear.
Look, I'm tough, and American has to be tough and strong if we are going to rid it of the vermin that are infesting this country. You know, the ones with the turbans and jihadis, rapists, terrorists, pedophiles? I want to bomb the shit out of them, but build a wall. Keep them out. Show the shithole countries who's boss.
In the footsteps of Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and me, who believe in the dormant seed of goodness in all people, I seek to remind you of the transformative power of compassion. They demonstrated that the mightiest force resides not in weapons but in love, humility, selflessness, and forgiveness. I am here to encourage a shift towards a path that embraces the well-being of your planet, the equality of all your people, and the overall health and happiness of every citizen in the land. My message is to speak to your heart, urging you to consider the impact of your words on our nation. As I have said, those with receptive hearts will heed these words. What makes America great is her unity. If that is destroyed, the United States will die. Your nation needs a leader whose heart knows no hatred, but instead embraces love for all humanity.
I hear you and understand. Oh, mushy-wushy talk. Really, I do, but that's not for strength. I'm a winner, okay? So save your preaching for someone else. Thanks, but I've got things to do. I've got to make America great again. Bye-bye, Jewy Joshua, and you're fired.
Well, okay then. I've had easier talks with a certain adversary, you know. May your endeavors be as tremendous as you claim.
Will somebody please get him out of here and bring me a Diet Coke?